Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video we are talking about the nervous system and more importantly how you can make your nervous system work for you. So in this video I explain to you exactly which part of the nervous system we're talking about, some of the characteristics of that nervous system, how we can measure it at home, some of the ways we can make it work for us through different practices, and if you want to try some supplements, which are the best supplements to try. So the nervous system is broken up into a few different parts, but what we're going to focus on today is the autonomic nervous system. And the autonomic nervous system has two separate branches. You have the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, so over here, here's a few characteristics of both nervous systems. So the sympathetic nervous system is also known as the fight or flight nervous system. So you may have felt this when you're scared. So for example, my fiance likes to hide behind things and jump out at me and scare the crap out of me. So once you get scared, this is the nervous system that kicks in. So that sympathetic nervous system raises your heart rate, raises your blood pressure, sends loads of adrenaline around your body. It basically ramps your body up to either run away or punch you in the face. Okay? And the parasympathetic nervous system, also referred to as the rest and digest nervous system, this is where we want to spend most of our time. So this is where, as it says, you can kind of rest and digest. So more of the blood is sent to your GI tract, into your internal organs. So this is where growth and repair is going to happen. The sympathetic nervous system is really only designed for an acute response. So you want that acute response. If your girlfriend does scare you like that and you have to run away, then that's why everything has to be ramped up. But the only thing, our biology hasn't caught up with our day-to-day stresses. So any day-to-day stresses, emotional stress, physical stress, is all going to be governed by the sympathetic nervous system. So no matter what it is, if you're worrying about money problems, then you're tapping into this. If you're worrying about going on a first date, then you're tapping into this. So everything is going to be perceived over here. So if you're chronically in this area, then that's when you're going to get problems with your stomach. You can have increased blood pressure. So everyone knows you get increased blood pressure from stress. This is why, because you're tapping into this side of the nervous system. So we want to try and spend as much time in this part of the nervous system as possible. So through some of these things, we'll show you how you can try and get back into that rest and digest nervous system. Okay? So how do we measure it? Of course, we can't just wake up and think we feel good. We have to know we feel good by one of these crazy devices strapped to us. And this is where HRV comes in, or heart rate variability. So heart rate variability will tell us the robustness of our nervous system. So how it works is, in between each heartbeat, you want a decent amount of variance, and this will mean you spend more time in your parasympathetic nervous system. If your heartbeat looks like this, so it's very regimented, it's the same time between each heartbeat, this is indicative of being in the sympathetic nervous system. So you want a lot of variance between each heartbeat. This will be indicative of being more in the parasympathetic nervous system and having a healthy, robust nervous system. Okay. One more thing with HRV. If you do have a HIV device, so you have the Whoop or the Aura Ring, or you can just have chest straps and you can download an app and it will tell you what your HRV is, or your heart rate variability. Don't compare your score to somebody else's score because it's extremely individual. Okay, so just see what works for you. So you'll get your score, so you can try different protocols to see if you can increase your score and increase the robustness of your nervous system. Okay? We can utilize different strategies to get into these different nervous systems. So the best way and the quickest way to do it is via our breath. Okay, so for our breath work, you can tap into your sympathetic nervous system as well as your parasympathetic nervous system. So why would you want to tap into your sympathetic nervous system? So for example, if you're in the gym, you want to try and lift a 1 rep max deadlift. You want everything firing on all cylinders. So short, sharp inhales through your nose will ramp everything up. So if you, for example, like this is going to fire everything up. So this should help you with your 1 rep max. So why you want to get into parasympathetic? Obviously, this is where we want to spend most of our time. So things like yoga, Pilates, this is why they emphasize so much on the big breaths out. So big, deep breaths is a great way to get into this part of the nervous system. Okay, so through breath work, I work with my clients. For example, before a meal, if you're stressed out at work, so you don't want to be in this sympathetic nervous system when you're going to eat a meal. So just taking 5 to 10 breaths can help get you back into this nervous system. Push the blood back into the GI tract where it should be, which will allow digestion. So if you're trying to eat when you're in this part of your nervous system, it's not going to be the best for your digestion, and this is why when you're stressed, you'll get GI issues. So meditation, obviously, this is going to get you into the parasympathetic nervous system. Anything relaxing is going to help try and get you into that parasympathetic nervous system. So if it's for you taking a walk, having a bath, anything like this will calm you down, will get you back into this nervous system. Okay, and the last supplement, so as you see supplement is in red, is caffeine. This will drive you into the sympathetic nervous system. So this is why you want things like this before the gym. Again, this is just going to hype you up, get you ready for those lifts. Things like L-theanine, which is an amino acid. This is great to have a calming effect on the nervous system. So take this in the latter part of the day. This will start calming your nervous system down. Again, similar is ashwagandha, so any of the adaptogenic herbs. These will start calming your nervous system down. So try and keep these later in the day for when you want to start winding down. That is pretty much everything you need to know on your nervous system. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, give it a like, and I'll see you next week. Cheers, guys.